Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Billy Corgan's NWA. It's been a bit of time. Obviously, I was away on a little vacation. We were headed out to Gen Con 2018, which I'm sure you have seen some of the videos of. It was a lot of fun. Definitely recommend going out there if you're a board game, card game, role-playing fan. And if you're watching this 5 years from now, you know, I guess, what I did in 2018. So there you go. But we are on track. We are about to do NWA's Championship Wrestling leading into the first week of September 2018 in the game. We are financially still doing pretty bad, and we have not really improved. We're doing a lot better than we were in June, so that is something. We're going to go ahead and go on with this, but let's go ahead and look at the mail first to see what's going on in the world. Obviously, Ronda Rousey, after winning our championship belt, is going to be gone for 6 months. Awesome. I mean, it made sense to put it on her, I guess, but she's going to Brock Lesnar her way through the NWA's women division and not be around anymore. We finished 6th out of the Great Lakes, 5 in Mid-South, 5 in Midwest. It's not bad. That's not horrible. We're moving up there. Noah made an offer to Cody Rhodes, and once again, Trent is injured. Again. How long are you going to be? Just look at his injury history since we started this game. This is crazy. August, tailbone. 2018, May, floating kneecap. April, radial head fracture. Hernia in January. This is crazy. 4 injuries in 6 months. How long are you going to be out? I don't know. All right. Great. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's that, I guess. So let's go ahead and continue to the show. All right. Set our broadcasters here. We still have our pay-per-view deal with the CW, which is still as weird to me as ever. But so be it. 68% locker room rating. Not bad. Definitely better than what we were doing. We've got a lot of people out. Cody's doing some kind of thing with Noah now, and Sammy, I think, is in New Japan. Tonga, Trent, and Will Ospreay are in New Japan. I guess Trent's working through the injury, which is good. All right, well, let's go ahead and nothing going on in the locker room. So let's go ahead and medal. I like the medal. Let's make Bull James and Hangman Page friends. That sounds good. Nothing? No. Okay. And finally, let's see where we're going to be. Pick best venue. Well, we'll sell it out. We'll have a lot less people there, though. I think I might want to sell this location. Or did I not sell this location already? I thought I sold this already. Let's see. So let's find a location that is... I want to get as many fans as we can in. Ooh, come on now. There you go. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? 3,000, 2,600, 2,400. 2,400 sounds perfect. Sioux City Convention Center. That's not bad. It's not a bad venue. Okay. All right, and with no injuries, nothing important to go through, let's go ahead and book the show. Be right back. All right, and we are back for another episode of NWA Presents Championship Wrestling for week 1 of September. Moving on along, we got a lot going on in this show today, so this should be pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. So we start with a promo to start the entire show. As always, Enzo comes out furious about his loss with Cody Rhodes. Cody's obviously not here. He's on a tour with Noah. But nevertheless, Enzo comes out as the loser, not having the belt now for the first time in a very long time. And he just cuts a scathing promo about how Cody Rhodes is just another legacy prick, that he doesn't care about the belt as evidence of the fact that he's not here, that Enzo's always been the one that cares about you stupid fans that seem to just latch on to him. That, you know, he basically makes an insinuation that he wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the fact that having a belt helps his rap career. And he says that I don't wrestle for fun or pride. I wrestle for money. I wrestle for fame. And not having a belt on my shoulder kills me. So I'm coming for any belt that there is, and I demand a match with anybody because I am the star of the NWA. I deserve a title match with whoever I want. Whether it's I'll take a belt match in the juniors, I'll take a match in the North American belt, I'll take a women's. It doesn't matter what it is. I deserve the belt. And then Nick Aldis comes out and basically says, if you want a match, you can have it. And he'll put him down. And Nick Aldis basically insinuates that he'll kind of cut Enzo down in size and make him humble. Does a really good job here. Strong start, got the crowd hot. B+. Awesome. I can't ask for more than that. And of course, the announcers put over the fact that we are going to now see Nick Aldis take on Enzo Amore for the championship. No. Okay, there we go. Then we have an opening match. It's not great, but we need to give Jimmy Jacobs a win. So Jimmy Jacobs defeats Ryan Nemeth in 11 minutes by submission. Not much to talk about here. We see Jimmy starting to kind of turn face. It's, you know, he kind of teases it maybe as an anti-hero kind of thing. He doesn't take an opportunity to low blow Ryan like he maybe normally would. And you notice that he is getting a stronger, more confident approach in his wrestling. Now that he's away from the cult, he seems to be getting his confidence back, and he's being able to wrestle better. They have good chemistry too, which is cool. That's awesome. Unfortunately, the match sucked, but that's good to know. And then we have a big old WWE-style promo here. Billy Corgan comes out to the ring and invites all the female competitors behind him. He says that the desire to see a strong women's division has not come on deaf ears. And while a true star owns the gold in the women's division right now, the next generation of women's wrestlers deserve a chance to shine. He says today's a very important day about the next generation because the NWA has the next generation of wrestlers, which we'll go on to about later. And he announces a women's X division, a mid-card title for the next generation of female competitors to strive for. He says that they will issue a points-based system, so all wins and losses will matter and will be evident to the viewers. And the wins and losses in the point-based system will determine a number one contender for the X division and obviously for the first championship match. So he brings all the women up. And, you know, has them all there just to kind of celebrate the championship match, or the new championship being revealed. Obviously, what this is us trying to find a way to deal with the fact that that our women's champion, her very, very white-hot women's champion, is now on an MMA excursion for 6 months as she's training. If she wins that match, I think she comes back and looks like an even bigger superstar. If she loses it, it might hurt us. I'm not sure how that system ever works, as I've never done an MMA crossover, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But in the meantime, we need to give these girls something to do, and having an extra belt gives them, when she's back, another ring to kind of fight for, as well as an opportunity to work towards something in that 6 months without people feeling like the matches don't matter. So that's the rationale for this. It does well. C- is pretty good. And of course, we start the matches with Viper versus Ashley Vox, which is a pretty crappy match. A lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Viper crushes Ashley, ends her with a Michinoku driver. Not much to say about this, other than, we want Viper to look strong, give her wins. Ashley's basically one of our jobbers right now, so that's what we're going to do. And of course, at the end we have an announcer saying that Viper gets 2 points to her X Division status. We then have another X Division match, Brandy Rhodes versus Rachel Ellering, which I believe might be Brandy's first match. I don't know if we had one before, but she takes the win off of Rachel Ellering. Not much to say. They're both not great. And apparently Brandy's off her game a little bit, too. But yeah, that's what it is. Brandy, of course, though, does get an announcement for getting 2 points. The crowd likes her. Probably just because she's attractive, to be honest, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world for us. Sometimes looks go a long way in wrestling, and obviously, there's people that can't wrestle, but I guess have a good look. Roman. Oh, excuse me. So, that still applies here in NWA, and we give Brandy a little bit of a win, give her a little bit of bump and see if we can move her popularity up. Then we have an angle here. It's in Serena Deeb? Well, I think I clicked the wrong thing. I was supposed to be Sammy. So we have a promo. Christopher Daniels is in the corner, and he's going on about his cult. Telling all the good work that Josephus has done, and saying that the future of the NWA will become apparent soon. That he wishes the fans knew that he was their savior for the NWA, not their villain. And he said that other people have learned of the truth and have come under their wing. And he reveals Icarus, who he calls his disciple. And Icarus is standing there. He's got a red streak across his face, almost looks like blood. It's very similar to how he was smeared with a red paint in his previous match. And he's just standing there silently in the background. And Daniels is just saying basically that he has another guy. And I guess Serena's there. Maybe she walks in real quick as a bit of a comedy thing and immediately closes the door, getting scared or something. I don't know. But she's there. Doesn't really do well. Rating doesn't do great, which is weird because Daniels is a really good talker, but I guess maybe Serena Deeb hurt the thing. That's so weird. Oh well. We'll keep it in. And then we have a match with Josephus and the new disciple, Icarus, versus the Crew, the resident tag team jobber team. They defeat him in 7 minutes, and disciple Icarus takes the pin and takes the win. Doesn't do well. Not much to say here. Not a great match, but I guess we get them to kind of build up together. That's a shame. Then we have a backstage segment. So Pinky George is in his office, and Ryback comes barging in again, and he's furious about the last night with the Legacy belt. basically he's saying that it was supposed to be mine. You said it was going to be mine. You said that you set the competition, so I would be guaranteed to win. And this pipsqueak Hangman Page won. And what's up, and Paul's trying to calm him down and saying, listen, plans change. We'll deal with this. You'll get your opportunity. The legacy contract's important. And how this is, but, we'll get you to where you need to be. I'll handle Paige. You just stay calm. And when the time comes, you do what we said we would do. Everything will come in line. So we don't know what is going on with these guys, but we still know Ryback's working with Paul. And we know, obviously, they're very upset that Adam Page has the legacy contract. We still don't know what the legacy contract does, but it seems to be part of a dastardly plan with Pinky. So then Billy Corgan comes out again, doing another announcement, announcing essentially the next major pay-per-view, which is actually a 3-day event, the NWA Super Cup. And he says it's a 3-day tournament, again, focusing on the next generation of wrestlers to compete at a shot to win the World's Heavyweight Championship. And he says, this is a chance to impress the people with their will and determination, what the founders of the company would want. And this is exactly what the founders of the company would want. And why not reward that hard work with an opportunity for the thing that matters the most, the 10 pounds of gold? So we got a lot of people here for this competition. We have a lot of old and new faces, but people essentially that have not had their chance to shine in the NWA, and it's a great opportunity for the lower mid-card and the mid-card to get a shot at the heavyweight championship. So we have 16 competitors. We have Dalton Castle, Simon Gotch, Ricky Reyes, Jimmy Jacobs, Elliot Russell, Ryan Nemeth, Brian Pillman Jr., Bull James, Mike Verna, PJ Black, Rory Gulak, Tim Storm, Icarus, Corey Hollis, Flip Gordon, and John Schuyler. So some big names in here, definitely some favorites. Dalton Castle, Flip Gordon, maybe even Bull James or PJ Black. Very strong veteran competitors compared to some of these guys. And we also have some underdogs in here, right? Jimmy Jacobs, not necessarily a new face, but maybe with a newfound momentum. We have, Ricky Reyes could have a good shot here. Bull James, we said Bull James was a favorite potentially with a lot of momentum on the side. Brian Pillman Jr., name to look for, very young, a lot of momentum. So it's a good mix. I mean, it really could go any way, and it's going to go through a 3-day tournament. Should be pretty interesting to see, and I love the idea of doing something that allows people under the card to have an opportunity to fight for the biggest belt. I think it's super cool. I think it gives them a big rub, and it's definitely how I want my NWA to run, and that's why we're doing it. So it should be pretty exciting. Now we have a just basic match here. Great heat, decent wrestling. Tyler Bate defeats Chuck Taylor with a quick cradle, quick roll-up. Chuck was actually giving him some work. Tyler is still shaking off the cobwebs. He just doesn't quite seem to have his head in the game, but he still gets the win. But it's very clear that the Will Ospreay match is still really on his mind. He does have an injury, and he's been slowed a little bit, but that's fine. Apparently they don't click, which is a shame, because I would love to see a Chuck Taylor-Tyler Bate match. But does well overall. And then Tyler Bates takes the microphone at the end, and he cuts a promo saying, he can't get that match off his mind. He can't get losing the belt off his mind. He wants a rematch. He knows that, his opponent isn't even in the same country right now, but he knows he's going to be watching tonight, and says, listen, do the right thing, accept the rematch. Let's do it. Let's make magic happen. We gave him an off script just to see how he would do. Apparently didn't do very well, but he did get a huge rating, so not bad. And then we have a announced match. So now we have a match with Ryback and Adam Page, which was just a normal match until Paul Pinky George comes out and announces that it's actually for the leadership contract. Because one of the things in the contract, which Adam Page, you have not gotten a chance to see yet, is that it's always up for grabs. So anybody fighting with the legacy contract while they still have it can lose it by pinfall or submission. And Hangman Page and Ryback fight, and Ryback's clearly trying to reclaim what was supposed to be his in the first place, but Hangman Page actually outsmarts him, ends up doing some heavy moves outside the ring, pulls him into the crowd as far as he could, and then slamming on a bunch of chairs, and managed to roll in time, and Ryback gets counted out and has an absolute tantrum. He's throwing around people, he's throwing out chairs. He actually grabs a audience member, which we're presuming is a plant, and throwing them. He's absolutely furious, and Hangman Page just slips right out and goes to the back. Not bad. Hangman Page's 38 performance is not great. Ryback is much better in ring performance, but Hangman Page is going to constantly improve. Ryback was a little mad about this match, so we'll have to deal with that. And finally, in our main event, we have Enzo Amore versus Nick Aldis for the NWA North American title. And Enzo, despite having his goons run in and try to attack Nick Aldis still defeats Enzo and retains the North American Championship, which we expected. Enzo's furious and kind of sneaks away with his two cronies. So what do we got here? So 21 people were there. Not bad. C ratings, pretty good. Let's go ahead and I'm going to fluff up Ryback because he was a little upset at us. Chuck will point out as a good example. And who took a loss that I really might want to give him a boost? Let's say Ashley Vox. She might complimented on a good performance. And there we go. We're not going to be mean. Everyone did their job well. We're just trying to hopefully boost up their morale a little bit. So everyone's mad at me. All right. What do we got here? Buy rate 0.01. I think we need to change that. I think we're getting less than what we did previously. Enzo, shut up. Raven, shut up. All right. Not bad though. Still losing money. What are we losing it on? Man. Show costs. Our production's like not bad though. That's the thing. Our worker costs aren't even that bad. Let's look at let's take a look at our broadcasting deal. Renegotiate. Adjust time slot. Once every 6 months. Ugh, okay. Well, is there another broadcaster that we can get? We'll negotiate. YouTube, Twitch, CW, Hulu, and we're on CW right now. Pay-per-view buy rates are nice, though. I don't know what we get for subscriptions. I'm not sure what the actual value is. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be bad. I think right now, having a set with what we got is maybe not the best idea. If I remember correctly, we have better TV controls. I don't know. I think we have it set at on demand. No, I think so. On demand or something like that, which has a very variable difference between it. Our buy rates are not great. I don't know if we could actually get better buy rates with what we're at right now. I would just like to. Anyways, that's it for Championship Wrestling. We will be back for night 1 of the Super Cup, 3-day tournament extravaganza, which is probably a horrible idea to do, but we'll do it anyways because it'd be fun. All right, guys, see you around. Thanks for watching.